Take a seat and gather round at the corner table where the voices sound. Stories, laughs, and real talk flow from AVV. It's your favorite show.
In today's world, students are under constant pressure, whether that be in academics, school life, social life, confidence, and many more. Between all this, we bring you today's episode, which is episode number 3 of the Corner Table Talks powered by Anand Vidyavihar. Today, we have an extremely special guest. We have Kunank Sinha, who is the head boy of session 2025 to 26. Kunank not only has great leadership skills, but he also took part in TED-Ed AVV just a couple months ago. In fact, he did so well in that schools approached him to say his speech to their students. Personally, I was there when he said his speech for the first time. I was part of the audience. And the topic, it's so sensitive, yet relatable, that each and every person, each and every student can completely feel connected with him. And so today's episode, we'll be talking about Kunank's side of the story, what he went through, what he traveled through that made him the person he is today. So Kunank, shall we get started?
Sure.
All right. So first question, for those who haven't heard your TED Talk yet, can you give us a brief about what it was and what you went through?
My TEDx talk, Spreading Smiles, The Joyful Journey, was about the experiences of growing up and dealing with the challenge of early hair loss. I shared how I learned to accept myself and find joy in everyday life. I wanted to speak on this topic because I feel that a lot of people nowadays feel lonely in their struggles.
Definitely, yes.
So I thought that my story could help them realize that there is a possibility of turning challenges into strengths.
Definitely. That's very inspiring, actually. So, tell me this one thing. When you first started noticing hair fall, how did it begin affecting your life emotionally and socially?
I first started noticing hair fall around the 8th grade. At first, it was shocking. Honestly, it was very upsetting because I wasn't aware. I wasn't sure about why the hair fall was there. Why was I becoming bald? Of course, emotionally, I felt a mix of surprise and self-consciousness. And socially, I felt that I constantly kept on worrying about how people would perceive me. But then over time, I realized that, letting it define me or affect my confidence wasn't very helpful. So I started focusing on things which were under my control, like spreading positivity, spreading smiles. And this is how it made a lot easier for me to make my challenges.
That's extremely inspiring. But do you mind if I ask you a slightly personal question?
No, please go on.
Right. So, a lot of students, especially during this generation, they face a lot of anxiety, they face depression. Have you ever faced something like this? And if you have, how did you cope with it?
Many teenagers of my age face a lot of struggles when they are constantly surrounded by insecurities of their challenges and hardships. Same was the case with me when I was in my 8th or 9th grade. I was given nicknames like Early Grandpa
Oh God.
and Solar Panel for a Brain.
I'm so sorry.
No, nothing to be sorry about. The people were very creative.
Okay.
But then, I started telling myself that your worth isn't defined by your appearance. And you are what you are from within, of course. And your confidence should be soaring high.
Definitely. It seems like you covered a great amount of courage with that.
Of course.
Yeah.
Correct.
So, if I remember correctly, you mentioned in your talk that hair fall impacted your self-image. What was the hardest part of facing that kind of change?
Honestly, the hardest part was realizing that my hair had a mind of its own. Of course, at first I felt very self-conscious and I started doubting myself. But then I started talking to myself and I told myself that, hair comes and goes, but my smile and confidence, they are here to stay. And this helped me a lot in facing my challenges and coming out from it.
Kunank, as you may know, many people tie the idea of confidence with appearance. So, how did you rebuild that kind of confidence, even though it's rebelling against the stereotypical norms of beauty?
I realized pretty quickly that my confidence couldn't just sit in my hairline. So I started focusing on my attitude and my skills. And I started telling myself that people notice energy, kindness, and authenticity way more than looks.
Wow.
So that was something which helped me build confidence from within and not just get demotivated by comments from people whom you don't know only.
Wow. So, now Kunank, tell me about the climax. Tell me about the turning point. Was there someone or something that who helped you embrace who you are today?
Yes, definitely there was a turning point. I just realized that I just couldn't wait for things to change on their own. I had to change my mindset and my attitude. And a big part of that came from my family and my close friends who told me or who made me realize that my confidence is something which soars high more than anything in this world.
Wow.
So, when you're evolving or changing, being isolated is something which can become your own downfall.
Oh, wow.
But thankfully, I was surrounded with people who constantly made me realize my worth, which is above any mockery in this world.
So, Kunank, I definitely agreed with you when you said that being isolated when you're changing or evolving can lead to your downfall. So, tell me, what kind of advice would you give to our viewers, anyone who's struggling with body image or any kind of appearance insecurity?
See, one advice that I would like to give to people or teenagers of my age undergoing any sort of hardships or challenges in their life is that you should start investing your time in more productive things rather than just obsessing about the mockery that the society does. And let me tell those people that your worth isn't defined by your appearance.
Yes.
It is definitely defined by the confidence you build within yourself.
Yeah. So, coming to our last question for today, how has this journey changed how you see leadership and your role as a head boy?
See, till now, I've noticed that being a leader is more than just giving instructions or making instructions. It is also about empathizing and supporting others. As a head boy, I try to lead by example and not just rule people and give instructions to people about what they should do. I unite the whole student council and focus on how the betterment of this school and the security of this school can take place without just acting as a leader or a boss in a company, of course.
Definitely. All right. So, thank you, Kunank, for joining us today for episode number 3 of the Corner Table Talks.
Thank you so much for having
It was
me.
my honor interviewing you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The corner table.